All right, let's talk about Leonard Bernstein, who was basically music's first real superstar. We're going way back to a time before TikTok, before YouTube, before even rock and roll. You know how your favorite creators are amazing at one thing, but maybe they also drop incredible videos and release their own music? Well, imagine someone doing all of that, but in the world of classical music, almost a century ago. That was this guy.
So, that's the big question here. How did one person manage to become a master conductor, a hit composer, and a famous teacher all at the same time? It's like he was leveling up in three different skill trees at once. So, let's break it down.
Okay, first up, let's look at his main class, the conductor. This is where he went from being a relative unknown to the main event. So picture this. It's 1943. Bernstein isn't a legend yet. He's basically the backup player, an assistant conductor for the New York Philharmonic, one of the best orchestras in the world. He's the understudy, just waiting for a shot. And then he had his going viral moment. It was straight out of a movie. The stage is set at the world-famous Carnegie Hall. It's a full house. But then, plot twist, the star conductor gets sick. Bernstein, the young backup, has to step in with zero rehearsal time. And what happens? He absolutely crushes it. The crowd goes wild, and he literally becomes a superstar overnight. And part of what made him so electric was his style. He wasn't some stiff, boring conductor. He was all energy. It says here he used large, sweeping gestures. He was super passionate, expressive. You could just feel his excitement. He was like the ultimate hype man for the orchestra.
But being a world-famous conductor? Nah, that wasn't enough for him. So he leveled up his next skill, the composer. This is where he went from playing the game to actually building the worlds. Being an amazing performer is one thing, but Bernstein was also an incredible creator. And he had a massive worldwide hit that I guarantee you've heard of, the musical West Side Story. It was a total game changer, mixing intense drama with jazz and Latin rhythms, sounds that were completely new for a big stage musical back then. And his range was just wild. He wasn't a one-trick pony. We're talking orchestras, ballets, operas, the whole shebang. He loved to mix the old with the new, blending traditional sounds with modern rhythms nobody had really tried before. A true innovator.
Okay, so let's recap. Master conductor? Check. Hit composer? Check. But he unlocked a third skill that might just be the most important one of all. The teacher. You could honestly call him the original explainer. See, Bernstein noticed that a lot of people, especially kids, felt that classical music wasn't really for them. They thought it was too complicated or, just boring. So he decided to use the most cutting-edge tech of his time to fix that. Television. Seriously, think about your favorite educational YouTuber, the one who takes really big, complex topics and somehow makes them simple, fun, and super engaging. Well, that is exactly what Bernstein was doing on TV 60 years ago. His main show was called the Young People's Concerts. On it, he'd stand in front of this amazing orchestra and just break everything down. He'd explain what a symphony is, why certain instruments sound the way they do, the stories behind the music. He made learning feel like an adventure. So when you put it all together, the conductor, the composer, the teacher, what's the final high score? What's his lasting legacy? Well, for starters, just look at this trophy case. The guy won multiple Emmy Awards for his TV shows and, of course, a ton of Grammys for his music. That just shows he was operating at the highest level in totally different fields at the same time. He was dominating. And his influence was so massive because all these skills fed into each other, right? Being a great composer made him a better conductor, and being a great teacher made him a better communicator in everything he did. He inspired entire generations of musicians who grew up watching him on TV. So if you take away just one thing, let it be this. Leonard Bernstein proved you don't have to pick just one lane. He showed the world that a true creator could be a world-class performer, a groundbreaking artist, and a passionate teacher, all rolled into one. Which brings us to a final question to think about. Who do you see doing that today? Who's out there mastering different skills, creating amazing things, and teaching a whole new generation all at once? Who do you think is the Leonard Bernstein of our time?